Are we going to get a Nintendo Direct this Friday, September 24th? I don't know, guys. I think all signs are pointing to yes. But before we get into the video, and you guys are new here and you guys love Nintendo Switch and you guys are hyped for a Nintendo Direct, make sure to hit that subscribe button with the bell turned on. That way you can get notified when I post another video. So, just the other day, FCC filing of a new Nintendo Switch controller. Now, I think this kind of ties into what Nate the Hate was saying about a week ago on his podcast, talking about N64 games coming to the Nintendo Switch online service in like a different kind of tier, or maybe a more pricier Nintendo Switch online service. It makes perfect sense for Nintendo to bring another retro controller with the addition of N64 games, because they did it with the original Nintendo, the Nintendo Entertainment System, and they did it with the Super Nintendo, the SNES. So it would make sense for Nintendo to bring N64 games with an N64 controller. Although, I don't know if I would really take to an N64 controller. They're not the best. I mean, they're pretty bad, actually. But maybe they'll, change the thumbstick or something to where it's more durable, to where it feels a little bit better. However, the N64 controller was a fitting controller for its time and for the N64 itself. There's a lot of games that you had to have the N64 controller, because there wasn't a second analog stick for camera, so you had to use the C buttons in order to pivot the camera around. I don't know. Maybe we'll see an N64 controller. I'm not sure. Maybe this is just another style of a Pro controller or something along those lines, or maybe a new Joy-Con. I don't know. But I think it's interesting that we're going to get a public announcement with this controller on Friday, and here is the FCC filing right here. All right, so let me just pull this up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It does say on September 24th, that would be a public announcement of this new controller coming from Nintendo. So does that mean we're going to get the announcement of the N64 games coming to Nintendo Switch online service? Look, if they're going to bring, like I said, N64 games to the Nintendo Switch online service, they're probably going to bring an N64 controller along with that, so you can purchase it on the side. However, I'm sure a lot of games will work just fine with your Pro controller or with Joy-Cons. I'm sure that won't be an issue. But I think it's interesting, and it's coincidental that we're getting this announcement on Friday, which is, the second to last week of September. We still haven't got a Nintendo Direct, so all signs are pointing to yes. I don't know. Maybe this is nothing. Maybe it's just going to be, announced via social media on Twitter and on YouTube when they announce N64 games and Game Boy games coming to the Nintendo Switch online service. But if they want subscribers to join the Nintendo Switch online service, I think it'd be a wise decision for Nintendo to do this announcement in a Nintendo Direct. And also, there are some games that we still need to hear about, that we still, need more information on, So a Direct, I think, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense to me for us to get one in September. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think we're getting a Nintendo Direct? I think all signs are pointing to yes. And then also, the Switch OLED, it just kind of disappeared. We got that one trailer and then it just kind of disappeared. Just poof into thin air. We haven't heard anything else about it from Nintendo, which I think is very interesting. Maybe they're keeping just a little bit more information on the Nintendo Switch OLED for a Nintendo Direct. And they might want to, wait to send out a new video about the new Switch OLED in a Direct to get us hyped and pumped, because we're only, 2 weeks away and we'll have our hands on a Nintendo Switch OLED. I don't know. I think that makes a lot of sense also to bring the Switch OLED back up, bring it up in a Direct. And like I said, there's still games that we still need to see more footage of, like Breath of the Wild 2, whatever they're going to call that, Mario Party. There's a couple more out there. I just can't think of them at the top of my head. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. If there's going to be a Nintendo Direct this Friday, I think there's going to be. Let's get pumped. Let's get hyped. Let's put the good vibes out there, because we need one. We want one. And I'm looking forward in a couple weeks to get my hands on a Nintendo Switch OLED. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pumped about that. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.